Hi, I'm Cynthia Schiller. Please like and subscribe. I'm redoing this video. I had it on mute last time. Unfortunately, I don't have the screen share to show you now because I deleted it because I thought it was recording correctly. But anyways, I had this new detection way of finding if somebody's lying, and it was relating to kids, but narcissists seem to be in this childlike state. So I kind of have a theory that it might work with adults too, if they're narcissistic, believing that they can get away with their lies. Narcissists tend to tell lies. Sometimes they make no sense. Other times they just don't have kind of like the fear that empathetic people would have of getting found out. They just had this grandiosity about them that they can just say whatever, we're just going to believe it. If not, they feel they have a backup excuse. And they also feel that, they know how to use that word salad. So they feel that they're going to go undetected. But kids, sometimes they're terrible. Other times they did a study where if it was at the 50 percentile of 50 percentage point of when these people could tell whether a child was lying or not, if they have more success than not, then they're able to detect lies. And I wish I had that screen share, but the people with the least amount of ability, somewhere around like 46 to 48% were lawyers, had the least ability to detect lying kids. The best were social workers, but their rate was somewhere around 54%. So they weren't really good either at telling when kids lie. And it's really interesting. Judges, police officers, and social workers were the best, but they were around like 54, 56%. The parents could see 51, 52% of the time. So that's really not a high success rate of telling when a child's lying. Like undergraduate students weren't really good at it, but the technology that they have is where they can use like transdermal thermal imaging to detect the blood flow in the face. So when children lie, the blood flows more to their face. They're internalizing the feelings that they're having. They might be scared of being found out, getting in trouble, things like that. But they kind of have a flat look a lot of times, to where they're not always giving the secrets away. And they kind of learn that over time. So if they're like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, they're pretty good at that. They're pretty good at the manipulation. It's almost like they're still learning the ropes, so they don't have the facial expressions yet. As adults, we're like, oh, they're gonna know. But narcissists are in that childlike state with their emotions. So they also have a Pinocchio effect. And that's where through that imaging, you can see that the cheeks are cooler and the nose is quite a bit redder based on the heat that is produced as our blood comes closer to our face. Unfortunately, you can't see it with the naked eye, but it would be really kind of nice. You know how with COVID going on now, we see all those thermometers being pointed at our forehead. Wouldn't that be nice if we could just talk to our narcissist with some thermal detection thing to tell when they're lying? I just thought it was really interesting. Unfortunately, it probably won't go into the legal system. It'd be really nice to be able to tell who's telling the truth, who's lying. Unfortunately, that's I've been to law school, taught criminal law at Grand Valley State University, but that's kind of where I am with law, why I don't do it now. I was also a juvenile probation officer. It's not what you know, it's who you know. There's a lot of corruption in the court systems, especially different counties are more corrupt. Some lawyers, not all, but can buy off some judges. It happens quite often. Depends on which attorney you pay off, who's going to win. There's like that blue code between the court systems too, just like the police officers have, where they protect themselves. There are some police officers I've seen arrest their own kids, which is not part of the blue code. So there are some on the up and up. I've seen that. My ex is a state cop, and one of his cop buddies arrested his own kid when marijuana was illegal. It's legal now in Michigan, but so anyways, with this lie detection, and the court system, you know, the court system, you had that double jeopardy. So if you get acquitted for murder and you're free to go, with double jeopardy, they can't bring you back to risk life and liberty twice. So if you win that case, you're good. You're good to go. And there's been criminals who are like, I did it. I killed the person. You guys were dumb enough not to see. And to me, that kind of bothers me, you know. If the evidence is there, it's like too late. They already went through the trial. You should have had that earlier. But with our narcissist, the corruption that lies within, why I want to kind of expand. I think I might do a different video on it. I'll do that next, on how destructive it can be. It's really interesting on interrogate your partner. Their past is your future with them. So that's the next video I'll do, because I just came across that. And, you know, sometimes we're like, how did this get so bad? And this next video I'm going to do is going to describe how you can kind of foresee in your next relationship what's going to happen, and how childhood really does matter. And at first I thought that was a bunch of BS as I learned this stuff, because, you know, we all get older, we learn things, we feel we've matured, but our triggers are what are from our childhood. And unfortunately, now we have some new triggers because of this narcissistic abuse. So we have to heal ourselves before we get into a new relationship. It's hard to trust people now, and we're a little skittish on it. We're a little paranoid in a sense. And we got to get rid of that negative energy. We have to get rid of that negative energy. So in our next relationships, we have to do a little more research before we completely trust somebody. And we have to have a balance of not coming across as too closed off to people too. So that's why when you heal yourself, just pay attention to red flags. The red flags come out early. Talk to them about their childhood. See the dynamics between the family that they grew up with, their siblings, the parents, you know, divorces, step parents, all that kind of stuff. You know, how'd you get along with your stepmom? Those kind of things. You're going to start to see what abuse they went through, and what their triggers are, and how they're going to treat you. You know, also too with the exes, you know, this is where it gets hard, you know, because you could say that person was crazy, that person was an asshole, that person was this, that, da, da, da. But narcissist is kind of interesting. Like, all their exes are crazy. Well, then why the hell were they with them for however long? You know, they turned them into being crazy. So I'm going to make that video right now, but I just thought it was really interesting on the lie detection, how they do have new technology that based on the blood flow. So our bodies go through different experiences just when we talk. Our mind is pulling from different areas. The narcissist uses the linguistic side. We use the emotional side. And if they're just using words, you can find words, you know, and not be as emotional. And if you're not as emotional, your face isn't going to show your expressions, but your blood flow is kind of like a lie detector. You know, when they do those lie detection machines, it deals with your heart rate, the amount of sweat, and there's clues out there. It'd be kind of neat, but sometimes too, it's dangerous knowing what people think. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. See you soon.